everybody, what's happening? I'm Brian K and welcome to today's video about soloing approaches on a 12-bar blues. Okay, so we'll be talking about some cool things that we could do with the pentatonic scale, okay, in a 1-4-5, straight ahead blues progression, and we're going to be in the key of A. Okay, it's a key of A kind of day. Alright, so that's where we will be for our example. So we're looking at a 1-chord, a 4-chord, and a 5-chord in a 12-bar structure, right? Major blues. So it's going to be major 1 chords, major 4 chords, and major 5 chords of some kind, right? In a blues. Okay? So let's talk about first, really, what kind of scales we can use, right? And we want to be able to kind of follow the changes a little bit, because that's important when you're playing, whether it's a rock tune, a country song, or a blues, right? You want to be able to kind of follow the chord changes, right? So this is important stuff. Now, before we get too far into everything here, if you dig my content, you like the videos I'm doing out here, like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're checking me out on YouTube or Rumble, subscribe to the channel and share it with friends who dig this kind of stuff, okay? Also, there are links in the description, wherever the description is, okay, to stuff that helps support me keep bringing the content out here on the channel. So check out my links and let folks know about the, what's happening out here on the channel. Okay, so let's get into it. All right. We need to be able to follow our blues, right? In this case, our blues progression. So we want to know what's happening with the progression, right? We want to be able to, follow the changes, okay? So if you're not totally hip on blues structure, check my link out up here. I have a video about that. You can check it out. It goes over blues structure that you want to know if you're playing a blues, 12-bar blues, like we're going to be doing today, okay? And today we're going to be talking about how to play some changes off the chords, okay? And we're going to be looking at some exotic ways of using our pentatonic information, okay? I'm going to hip you to a new scale today, too. So I call this scale the Stevie scale, because Stevie Ray, the one and only king of blues rock guitar, used to use this scale quite often, okay? And it's basically an adaptation or a composite scale based off of the minor pentatonic shape, okay? So what scale is that? Well, I'm going to show you right now. That scale is this. It's based off of a minor pentatonic scale in the key of A, so right, there's our pentatonic minor scale off of the A note at the 5th fret. And what we're doing is we're adding a note. That's what composite scales are. You add notes, you put different parts of different scales together, and you come up with your own scale. So this thing is actually a 7-note entity, but it's based off the 5-note minor pentatonic scale, so pentatonically based, okay? But check it out. It's the first note of the scale, then a whole step up. We're adding a second, okay? Then, okay, that minor third that lives in the scale. And then we're adding the flat 5 in between the 4th and the 5th degree of our minor pentatonic scale. And then it just goes to the dominant 7th part of the scale, right? And back home to the root note. So the scale is this. That's the scale. So we're going to be looking at that scale pretty much in this position, okay? I'll be giving musical examples of all this, so stick around for that, because you'll be able to hear these scales that we're going to be looking at in action, okay? But the 2-octave block, right? That's our scale, and that's the Stevie scale. He used to use it all the time, all right? That's what I call it anyway. So new scale, Stevie scale. 7-note entity based off the minor pentatonic 5-note thing. Okay, So that's going to happen every time we're on our 1 chord, okay? Which is going to be a major dominant 7 or something, but a major first chord, A major chord of some kind in a blues, right? Okay, then the other scale that we're going to be looking at is going to just be a straight ahead major pentatonic scale off the 4 chord, which of course is going to be off of a D chord, right? A D chord of some kind, major, right? So, okay, major pentatonic scale for D, right? Okay, so every time we do the 4 chord, we're going to switch flavors, right? Go to a different flavor of pentatonic awesomeness, and we're going to play major pentatonic scale off the 4 chord. Okay. And then for the 5 chord, some cool secret scroll pentatonic stuff going on with this one. It's going to be what I refer to as the other major pentatonic scale. Now, if you're not hip to that, I did a video on that too, and there's a link up here. I'll throw a link up there to that video if you'd like to check that one out. Check out the link up there for the other major pentatonic scale. And that scale is going to be off of the 5 chord, so it's going to be off of the E chord, you know? An E major chord of some kind. Okay? So what that scale is going to be is basically this shape right here. Okay? And what that is in essence, it's the 5th position minor pentatonic scale shape off the root note. But it's a neutral scale. Okay? So, and it's basically an alternate pentatonic, alternate major pentatonic. That's how I use it. And like I said, there's a link in the description that I posted before if you want to check out more about that particular scale. I did a video on it. But we'll be using that scale on the 5 chord. So off the E chord, you know, the E major chord of some kind. Okay. So let's get down to some musical examples of using these scales off of the changes in a 12-bar blues, right? And you'll be able to hear how this adds quite a bit of vocabulary into your blues playing. Check it out. here, by following the changes like we did in our blues, using some different melodic information over the chord changes, we have an expanded vocabulary that gives us much more to say than just sticking in like one scale for the entire blues. All right. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and until next time, enjoy playing your guitar. Peace.